All right, guys. So welcome back to my daily trading recap. This week was actually a good week. First time I ever hit 5 consecutive green days. I'm kind of upset that I left so much on the table with one of the trades that I took on Friday. However, I talked to one of my trading buddies and he said like, "Hey, if you saw how much money I've left on the table by exiting too early on a stock, you throw up." So he said to get rid of that habit pretty quick. So I'm just kind of using that to help myself. However, with that being said, I'm really excited to show you guys the trades that I took on Friday. So let's go ahead and hop into it. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. So the first trade I'm going to go over is JFBR. I feel like I definitely forced this trade just so I could say I had 5 consecutive green days. Never had 5 consecutive green days before, so I felt like I was giving myself a lot of pressure to have that. However, when I saw this, it spiked in the morning, chops around, and then come market open, it spikes again, and it starts squeezing again. What I've noticed with my trades is that when I get in to a trade right after it squeezes, I end up becoming, red on that trade. So that's pretty much what happened here. Not only did I get in, after it was squeezing, but I also forced this trade. So I ended up getting stopped out. Was like negative $11 on this. So when this happened, I'm like, okay, I'm out. Not only that, I also didn't like the level 2 action on this. There were huge bids, huge asks, just chopping around back and forth, battling each other. And I personally don't like that type of level 2 action. So that's also why I didn't feel inclined to re enter this stock. So once I exited this, and then the level 2 action really started picking up, I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm just going to move on to the next. So that's exactly what I did. The next one that I traded was VERO. This one has been fitting my pattern of what's helping me get green this week. There's been a lot of short squeezes this week, and um, I guess to pat myself on the back, I feel like my entries with these short squeezes have been pretty freaking spot on. I feel like there's maybe only been one chase, and that one chase is just a barely. Um, but with this one, like I said, this one fit my pattern more. Consolidated, squeezed, consolidated, and then once the market opened, um, it spiked up, came down, consolidated, formed this nice consolidation channel, and then I was like, okay, this thing's gonna spike. And so as soon as this big green candle started going, I ended up taking my position. TradingView has been fucking me lately. If I'm being honest, there's been glitches, and this first exit right here, I went to go move my profit target, and I ended up getting stopped out. However, I immediately re-entered because I felt like the pattern was still intact. So I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and enter this. This price action right here up until my exit point right below 9, I really didn't like this price action. Within this, I was like, I could really see this going to 10. But since I wasn't really a fan of this price action, I just kept my profit target right under 9. Okay, so it hit my profit target. I'm like, yes, okay, awesome. I'm green on the day. Kind of like a stress reliever. Because like I said, I didn't like this price action. And then for the next like 10 minutes, this thing was just ripping. This price action right here I like because it's very consecutive. There's not many pullbacks. It's not slow. The rips are nice and clean, right? So that's kind of what I wanted, but I wasn't around for that. I did leave about $40 on the table if I would have exited at around 11.50. So if I would have exited at around 11.50, my profit for the day would have been about $60. So at least for me and my small account, that would have been really good. I guess when it comes to P&L, I kind of am worried about the P&L, but I'm also kind of bummed that I missed a nice easy move. But I'm not going to be able to catch everything, and that's okay. However, I feel if I could just be a little bit more patient, or just shave off most of my size and leave a quarter and let the quarter run, and you know um, have a stop loss for that next quarter, then I'd be able to catch some more moves. but also the opposite can be true where I just leave on a quarter and it ends up failing and I lose some gains, whatever. But um, that's kind of what I'm struggling with right now. But also simultaneously, I have to keep in mind about how the market is right now at this time. A lot of shorts are getting squeezed this week, and next week it could be completely different. But with these patterns and with these short squeezes, they do come around. It's not a one-time thing. So definitely, if I see this price action and I see these types of plays happening next week, then I'll be more mindful about what I leave on and what I leave off, etc. So it's just all part of the journey. It's just all part of being mindful with these trades and really just trading the pattern and trading the price action, etc. But also, congrats to me for having 5 consecutive green days, 6 if we're including last Friday. And then also congrats to me in setting my profit target and getting really good entries on these short squeezes. I'm actually really happy that my entries have been spot on. So um, that's my trading day, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are still around, please like, please subscribe, please comment. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.